So is Amazon feeling crowded? It's 2024 and there's over 1 million sellers on Amazon. And if you're an Amazon wholesale, it could feel like every brand says no to you. While it might feel impossible, I know there are still sellers today that are getting new brands to work with. And I'm gonna tell you about some of my experience and what things that we did to move the needle. First off, let me tell you a story. The first people that I was calling to open up accounts with, I was a little nervous, kind of a little awkward, but I knew we were a good seller to work with. I was saying all these things to convince them that we were a great partner, and I knew that they could say no, I knew they could say yes. I knew this was a sale that I needed to win. And I was getting really stressed out, and then on the phone, the guy told me, hey, calm down. I'm gonna sell to you, don't worry. It was with that feeling when I knew that like, hey, I can do this job. And you can too. And I'm gonna tell you some of the things that worked for me, and I'm gonna find out like how I could have done it better. I know with a little bit of polish, you can turn a lot of no's into yeses and make sure that you have your foot in the door right. But first, to answer the question, like Amazon, yeah, it may feel crowded. It's really not. There are so many brands that have maybe 3 or 4 sellers on them, and they even miss a lot of the products. By no means is it too crowded, and there really always is an opportunity for new sellers to find an opportunity, and that's what we talk about on this channel. So in this video, we're gonna cover what suppliers feel like when they get a call or an email from you, what common objections you're gonna face, and how to deal with them. Then we'll talk about some of the new ways to reach suppliers. And we'll talk about how to set yourself up success and have a great online presence. And most importantly, steps to get that first order out the door. So jump in their shoes for a little while. You're talking to a supplier, you call them up or they receive an email from you. What are they thinking? Their first thoughts are, is this person going to make me money? Are they gonna buy products? Are they gonna do what they say they're going to do? Appreciate that for some suppliers, this is a sales process. You need to convince them that you're worth it, that like they can trust you because they're gonna be shipping some units and they wanna know if you're gonna be coming back in 6 weeks, if you're gonna be a regular customer of their products. So you always wanna be clear, you wanna be professional. Let's say you have a Gmail account, just a regular free email that you have. There's nothing wrong with that, but it has a little bit less professionalism. If you start to invest more in your brand, you can buy a domain. You could be topseller.com. We chose buyboxer.com. We felt that buybox had a connotation to Amazon, and that's what we used for a few years. Before that, we were the btgroup.com. Sounded professional enough, and while a domain only costs you $10, $20 a year, it can make a big difference in that first impression. So if you're talking to enough suppliers, you will hear objections. Oh, we don't need any more Amazon sellers. Like, how do I know that you're gonna cover our minimum order quantity? Like, do you even have any money to buy product in a way that is interesting to me? Or we've had a lot of Amazon sellers, maybe they've broken MAP pricing. And then finally, like, we just don't see you as a value add to our brand. First off, there's a lot of ways to address it. You can just be very upfront. You can explain your practice of keeping MAP. It actually helps to have a lot of these things on your own website. So you can build your own website. That's the power of having a domain. Again, you can go on Squarespace. Squarespace now is not gonna charge you a lot, but when they start to vet you, because if they're on the call with you, they're gonna type in that domain and they're gonna look and they're gonna see a little bit about it. It doesn't take a lot of effort to look very professional. Have a good photo, have a very clean menu. Check out netrush.com or caspian.com. These are 2 large wholesalers that are very experienced, and yeah, their site looks really good. You should use these websites as inspiration. You don't have to copy them, but just get an idea of what the professionals, the most experienced, are doing, and you can get most of the way there for a lot less effort. Now, here's my favorite tactic to really getting through the fluff. Be specific. If you know what brands that they sell, tell them about the products that you're interested in and at what prices it makes sense for you. You can use this tool like Smart Scout to research a brand in advance. If you're talking to a distributor that has multiple brands, already know the brands that interest you the most, the ones that have fewer resellers, the ones that have gaps with Amazon as a retailer, and consider having a PO ready. You can have an Excel sheet ready with, say, 100 of this product, 200 of this, 300 of this, and total it to the number of units that you want. And so long as they meet these price criteria, you're ready to roll and you have a PO. Nothing speaks louder when you show them that you're ready. Now there's new ways to reach suppliers. LinkedIn is actually a really good way. I would look at a brand that you want to work with and look at someone that's in their profile says sales or channel management and reach out to them, learn about their brand, how they consider Amazon sellers, and what it would take to start up a call. But also in person, you just can't beat it. There's a lot of trade shows around the country. Chances are there's one near you in a category that you can work with. Trade shows were a key piece in our growth strategy to getting over 500 suppliers. I think we went to about 10 trade shows a year. And when we're at those trade shows, we are starting to build those relationships, shaking hands, and talking about what it would make for us to benefit together. So make sure you always ask suppliers questions. Understand what their pain points are and what success looks like them. Just let them talk for a little while. That's one of the better ways to have a good relationship is you listen, you understand what they care about. Do they care about revenue? Do they care about improving their Amazon presence? Do they care that you have a website? You want to learn those things, and you're only going to find that out by asking questions. There also are often regional distributors. If you go into Google Maps and you type in distributor, food distributor, toy distributor, you'll often find some around there. And if you can meet them in person, you're well on your way to being different in their eyes. And they often have access to brands that are pretty high quality. So while yes, Amazon can feel like there's a lot of sellers out there, I know every single year, new sellers are joining and succeeding. And the difference can be in your approach and how professional you become. So it takes practice. Trust me, I was super nervous and kind of nerdy in my first call. And then when he told me, hey, relax, that really sunk in, and I kind of got better and more confident afterwards. Not every conversation is going to go the way that you want, but enough will, and then you'll be able to sell a lot of products on Amazon. And this is a business that really can scale. So if you want to get your hands dirty, you could try Smart Scout, use coupon code SMART2024, and you will be able to jump in and see lots of different brands and the ones that really work with resellers. What I like to do is use the filters by number of FBA sellers, and I look for brands with 2 to 4. That's kind of a sweet spot of, yes, they have resellers, but no, they're not too competitive. And if you want to learn more about Amazon wholesale, how to really succeed in this business, there's a conference that we put on every year called AMZ United. Check out amzunited.com. Hopefully you're able to get a ticket, come to the show, learn from many 8-figure Amazon sellers who are sharing their tactics and what it takes to win in this business. If you have any comments, please leave a comment right here, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.